Okay, this guy, just because you commented so fast on my tickeron video, I'm doing an extra bonus video just to show you what my new layout is. Essentially, my trading layout here, and I used to do this a lot, and so I'll leave this in the description here where you can copy this. So I'm putting sharing on. Basically, you can get the link, and if you're able to have six indicators, you better just say make a copy and you have your own version of this. Okay, so basically what this is, what these indicators are here, let's make them visible here, is the first one, the most important one in my opinion, is that TradingView actually put out a periodic volume profile. And so what that is you can actually set up a volume profile for so many bars. And I use the 20. The reason I use a 20, and I don't know if it's that important, but I think a lot of hedge funds use the 20 SMA, daily at 20 SMA, as a kind of a pivot for bullish and bearish sentiment. And so I figured I might as well use a fractal of that with volume profile. Instead of using the actual SMA, I can just use a volume profile for the 20. So you can use whatever you want. I mean, if you're the Fibonacci guy using the 8 EMA or whatever, you could just use an 8 bar. But you can use you can show that the day, the week, the month. I'm using the last 20 bars. And so, and then how I set it up is I just show the value area high and low. The high would be a resistance, that's why it's red. The low would be, support, that's why it's green. And then my volume profile. And you can set all this however you want. The value area, I use 52. Which is just something I've been messing with, and it's been working really well. A lot of people use like 68 or 70% of the value area. I've been using 52, and the reason is because I've been seeing a lot of the volume bulges lately are really short. You can see this is 50% of the volume of the last 20 bars, but a lot of the volume was just kind of bulged right into this little area here. So same thing here, same thing here. So I might as well use. I mean, if they're going to be trading these little tiny ranges and then breaking it out, then I might as well be, try to just at least visually see what that looks like. You can see they kind of break it down, they buy it, then they sell it. So that's kind of how I've been using that. Then this other really, really nice new one, because I go through and test all of these all the time. And this one is one of my favorite. It's called the rolling VWAP. So that one's really cool. With it has a multiplier band on it, band multiplier. So I just use a 1.5. Again, it's just a visual, just a real hey, are we overbought, oversold versus the rolling VWAP? And this VWAP is going to change based on whatever chart you're using. A lot of times, if you're just on the 1 hour or something, it'll show you right here what it is. It's showing the 1 day VWAP. If you go here, it's showing the 3 day. If you go to the daily, it'll show the 1 month VWAP. But I like that just because I like having a kind of like a point of reference for the VWAPs, at least to see that. And then so you combine the two, and so you've got your rolling VWAP and you've got your 20 bar volume profile, and then it just automatically posts your resistances and things like that. So I think what happened here, just kind of looking at this. You see this sell-off here was just sort of low volume. They sort of tried to buy it up here. And then you had kind of like an excess low. And I think a lot of people were hoping for this break back up into this area, which is sort of what I'm still anticipating until the Snap CEO came out and said they're going to miss earnings and their stock created 30%, which took Facebook down, which took Google down, which took Tesla down, strangely. And it took the market down. The market dropped from 70, 80 down to 20, 28 here. So that was a 50-point dump off Snapchat. So I don't know if the market was really, a lot of people were really expecting that. But anyways, so that's how I use that. And then I got my initial balance. That one is just, that one's easy. Initial, it's this guy, CZOA. That one's really nice just for because I like to wait for the 1 hour initial balance, but you can actually set this up for the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute. And you set it up for custom times, whatever session you want to do. I just do custom, and I'm Central Time, so 8:30 to 1500 was just the cash session. And so then I can get an idea of what extensions off the 1 hour So where we could possibly see, we went through the 50% here off the initial balance. I think a lot of people were hoping for that initial balance plus 1x, which would have taken you right to 4,000, but obviously they trapped everybody there. So we'll see how that plays out overnight once London comes out and ruins everything. Then another really cool indicator that I like to just keep up there is just this FOMC line, just so I know, when the FOMC is and you can kind of just make sure that you don't forget about it. I like to see the patterns that develop around those areas as well. And then this one is an indicator created by the guy who started the Investors Haven and created these gamma charts. He actually created this indicator, which is the OPEX. So it'll show the VIX expiration, and then it'll show you OPEX. That way, whenever I'm kind of looking at the chart, I can have an idea of the next. So you got both of those on there. The next really big expiry is coming up. Then you got your quarterly. So I got my FOMC, VIX expiration, OPEX, and quarterly. So when I'm planning my trading, plan, my path, my roadway, or roadmap, or whatever you want to call it, I'm always going to consider these dates. As far as options I'm looking at, I'm going to prioritize options that show up on those dates. I'm going to prioritize options that are showing up at the end of the quarter, because I want to know essentially where is the market trying to be positioned into those expiries, and then where do I think the market's trying to go after those expiries. Because new trends typically are set after those expiries come. So, that's kind of why I got a little bullish here, because, once those expiries are over, it kind of resets all the gamma exposure and stuff in the market. That way I can, you kind of get a fresh start into the next expiries. And then I just got my volume down there. So if you want this layout, I'll leave the link in the description, and I hope you like this, and we'll see you next time. Peace.